Hi friends, welcome to the Shabby Shic Farmhouse. Here we dive into a world of DIY and more, using our state-of-the-art laser to craft beautiful wood creations right from our shop here in Central Illinois. Our passion is to bring you fun and purposeful projects that you can create with your own hands. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced crafter, we offer painting techniques and tips to help you design custom and personalized home decor. Interested in any of our featured projects or craft boxes? Visit our website at www.theshabbyshicfarmhouse.net to order and start your crafting journey. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to stay updated on our latest projects. Thanks for watching. Hi friends, welcome to the July Maker Box. So glad you could join us. Let's go ahead and get started on this. This is going to be a pretty simple project. Hopefully it won't take you a whole long time, but I want you to sit back, enjoy it, and have fun with the process. So as always, we're going to start by taking all of our pieces, separating them into piles. Now, I do want to let you know, I chose the 2 shades of blue because this is where I'm putting this in my house. That's the colors that I chose. However, even though that's what's packaged in it, if you would like to put this in a room where you have a green or red or whatever colors, I highly encourage you to use the colors that would coordinate with your house in your room. So I just wanted to put that out there. Just separating all of our pieces, and then we'll get started on painting them. So I start with the stain, and I stained the frames, the brown that you see, and I did package that stain. Hopefully this is a trial, it'll all arrive well to you guys. If not, please let me know. I will say that as I started painting or staining the frame with the leaves, I later added tape to my edges to ensure that those colors didn't bleed. And then you'll want to do the same thing whenever you paint your leaves. The white, you'll want to put some tape on the stain, that kind of thing. So that's helpful, and I learned that the hard way, which I knew. I just sometimes I try to take shortcuts. So anyway, you'll see later on that I add some painter's tape to try to help make that a crisp line. So again, just continue to paint your stained pieces. And this is where I moved to paint the leaves white. And this is where I quickly learned that you're going to want to use some painter's tape to tape off the stained area to keep your white paint from getting onto your stained edges. So you'll see me do that. And then just paint all of your white pieces. Now, whether or not you put 1 or 2 coats of paint on any of this is a preference thing. The white, I tend to go back over it a couple of times just because I like that look. But if you're okay with it being a little bit opaque, then 1 coat would probably do you fine. Again, that's a preference thing. Next, I started with the dark blue paint, so I paint all of the dark blue pieces that I had in a pile, that dark blue. And I will say, whenever you're using this type of a sponge brush, if you could get that sponge a little bit wet, moist, damp, just get it wet and then like soak up all the excess with like a paper towel or something, it will help that paint glide on much easier. And sometimes if it's not, then that brush will tear. So it will help prevent that. So again, just paint all your dark blue pieces, or if you choose a different color, then this is where you would paint that other color. Don't forget to get your painter's tape out to hold those small letters, and then just pounce your paint on. It helps from having to hold each piece individually and get those all done at once. And then this is where I started with the lighter blue. Again, if you're choosing a different color, this is where you would want to use whatever that color is that you choose. I decided the centerpiece with those leaves to go around the edge of that with that dark blue, just in case there was any gap in between the white and the blue. I didn't want you to be able to see that, and so you can choose to do this or not, but I did. And this would also be another good spot to use that painter's tape, but as you can see, I didn't. I just used the chisel edge of that sponge brush and just went around the edges of that centerpiece. And now we get to start putting this all together. So we're just going to get us some glue, use one of those sponges, and I just dab the glue on the back side of these letters and words and place them where you can see them on the square piece there, rectangular piece, and place them, hold them down for a little bit, but this glue does adhere pretty quickly. And then continue to glue all the pieces together. So this is where you can really make your scored lettering stand out. Just take a pencil or an ink pen and just kind of go over those letters a little bit. I don't recommend really trying to paint them and fill them in unless you really want to do some tedious work. So I just take a ink pen or a pencil and kind of outline them a little bit. It doesn't take much to make them stand out because you can already see them. I just like to make it a little bit more defined. You don't have to do this if you don't want to because, as I said, you can still see them. And then you're just going to put some glue on the back side of those hanging pieces and attach it to the back of your signs. And then that is going to be how you hang them. And I will include some twine for each of those. And you just run the twine through those holes, and that's how they'll hang. And there you have it. You have a nice wall hanging home decor to put in your own home. I hope you enjoyed it, and I cannot wait to see how you created yours, and I hope that you chose some different colors. Have a great rest of your month.